We continue to, as a union as a whole, is to try to get the Postal Service to see the value and the benefit of work being performed by bargaining unit employees. The Postal Service continues to contract our work out under the guise that they're doing it at a cheaper price. But when we get through our analysis and evaluations is that we can do this work equal or less than cheaper than what the contracting out is. So that's continued to be our struggle as a craft to continue to challenge the Postal Service on these improper contracting out initiatives. We got a moratorium where the Postal Service cannot contract out any work being performed by postal employees for the life of the contract. We also got all of our postal support employees, better known as PSEs, converted to career status. We brought back part-time flexibles, which gives them that flexibility that was done by PSEs. So we made some major strides forward, and then we made some agreements that we're going to do studies in different locations that's going to help us to prove to the Postal Service that if we do some of the work that the contractors do as far as driving, and if we can go further out distances, then our cost will be equal or cheaper than the highway contract routes also.
The current contract, it's historic in nature for the maintenance craft in particular, because we have now negotiated our way into an all-career workforce. That automatically improved the opportunities for preference-eligible veterans. The PSEs had extremely low wages, no benefits, working side by side with people who did have career family supporting jobs. In my 30-some-odd years, the most life-altering thing that can happen to an individual is the conversion from non-career to career. And we're very happy to have that accomplished now. The Postal Service, in their never-ending quest to eliminate its own employees, had assaulted the custodial ranks and the maintenance support clerks, and now turns its attentions to our building equipment mechanics. Primary responsibility of these employees is the physical environment and safety and health of the physical plant itself. If those kind of things are not taken care of routinely and constantly, bad things happen. We do want our people working safe, we want them working in comfortable conditions, and it protects the assets of the Postal Service. And the Postal Service is attempting to eliminate them as employees and contract them out, in many cases, at a greater cost to the Postal Service, and a complete lack of control of when they will work. It's our work. It's not a contractor's work. We do it the best, and we are accountable for the work that we do, and it's our career and our livelihoods, and we will insist that we have the opportunity, as we fight the Postal Service's contracting out, to perform our own work.
Well, the clerk craft historically has faced reduction of employees. So from 2003 to 2013, we lost approximately 100,000 employees in the clerk craft. So bringing that back up was a priority that we're trying to do. In fact, we have come up in the clerk craft. For the first time in over a decade, probably even longer than that, we've increased the clerk craft by 15,000 people within the last 3 years. One of our solutions that we did was to basically make it as short as possible to be a PSE. So Brother Mark came up with the conversion process, residual MOU, where if there was a residual vacancy, the PSE would get that job. We've converted over 30,000 PSEs. We really want to bring back more work to the Postal Service. We want to have so that people can get their business done in a timely manner. They don't staff enough people at the window, and then the customers then are faced with a long line. So we want to increase the staffing basically at the windows. We want to increase staffing on automation, where they're running people ragged with only one person on a machine. So we basically increasing staffing makes it better working conditions for employees, and it makes better service for the customers. When I was at management headquarters, they don't talk to me and say, well, so-and-so filed agreements, that's a concern of ours. But when somebody's out in the street, they bring it to my attention and they're concerned about that. So definitely when people get out on the street and they get the media attention, that makes a big difference in influencing the Postal Service. That gives us the leverage to increase staffing of the post office.
With the IT and accounting people and subcontracting of programming work, we've always had this issue, but they've taken it to new heights now. Postal Service is way over their cap on the number of programmers contract they can have. They're even going behind our backs and hiring them at facilities outside of our 4 ITAS centers, so we have no idea of the actual numbers that they are hiring. So again, we're coming up in contract negotiations, and it's going to be a huge issue, and we're going to negotiate to try and get more bargaining unit IT accounting programming positions. We've gotten involved with legislators, congressmen, and now the senators, and we're trying to, number one, get these people employment. Number two, get them to agree to the collective bargaining agreement and recognize a union shop. It's a very critical situation, and it has been over the years, and I think it's just escalated so high right now, it needs to be stopped.